Welcome to the 186th District Court. Court is in session. This is cause number 2020 CR 11532, State of Texas versus Juan Tobias. We're here today for a plea. We're conducting this hearing via video conference using the Zoom application. We're also using YouTube to live stream the proceedings to keep the hearing public. Time now is 12:14 p.m. on the second day of August 2021. These proceedings are official. They're on the record and they're being recorded by the official court reporter. Counsel and all present are instructed to act as though you were in court, and all are instructed not to record the proceedings. And if we could have the attorneys make appearances, starting with the state of Texas, please.
Ashley Jones for the state.
Lorraine Ephron for Mr. Tobias.
Sir, are you the same Juan Alejandro Tobias charged by indictment with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon? Is that you, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir. And state, are we proceeding as charged?
No, Your Honor, the state does move to alter and amend the indictment to include AKA Raymond Fernandez as an additional name for the complainant.
Any objections?
No, Your Honor.
That is granted. Let me do it right now. I'm going to put today's date. I have the indictment with me. It's Raymond Fernandez. Is that right, State?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Tobias, now that we have amended the indictment, you have a delay under the law for 10 days. The question to you is, do you want to proceed today or do you want to take your 10-day delay?
I want to proceed, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you, sir. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use the share screen function of Zoom. I'm going to show you the indictment. Now, this one we're showing you, it has not been amended, but you're going to play on the amended one that's in front of me today. But this one's almost exactly the same, except as you know, we just added in the AKA, the also known as name for Mr. Raymond Martinez. We also have on the indictment Raymond Fernandez. But are you familiar with this document, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you go over this with your attorney?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand it?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Ephron, did we waive reading of the indictment?
We do, Your Honor.
I'm going to get out of share screen. I will note that there is a discovery acknowledgement that's been signed and dated by both sides. I'm doing the same, and I make it a part of the record. Now, also note that there is an application for community supervision. We talked about this before we got on the record. That's an error. One, this type of offense, you can't get community supervision. It has to be deferred adjudication. And that the plea agreement in this case is one where there won't be any deferred adjudication. It'll be just some straight prison time. So although there's an application, we're going to withdraw that. And it's just a little bit difficult sometimes to do it with the paperwork that we use on Adobe Sign, but that is withdrawn. All right, Mr. Tobias, I'm going to go back into share screen again. I'm going to show you a document. It's called the Defendant's Consent to Plea by Video Conference. And I'm scrolling down to electronic signature. Using my cursor to circle around it. Is this your signature, sir?
Yes, sir.
Signing this document, you're telling me two things. One, that you understand normally we do pleas live in an open court, but that you are consenting to do this plea by video conference. Did you understand that when you signed this?
Yes, sir.
Secondly, your electronic signature on this document, as well as all of your other electronic signatures in the plea packet in front of me today, you're telling me that those are valid as if you personally signed those documents. Did you understand that when you signed this?
Yes, sir.
I approve the consent and I make it a part of the record. Now, Mr. Tobias, I'm going to show you another document. It's called the Court's Admonishments. I'll scroll through because it's several pages. But are you familiar with this document?
Yes, sir.
Did you go over this with your attorney?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand it?
Yes.
The bottom of page 3 is electronic signature. Is this yours?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to get out of share screen. By signing the Court's admonishments, you're telling me that you understand the Court's admonishments and that you understand the rights that are contained within it. Is that true?
Yes, Your Honor.
And that you want to give up those rights. Is that true?
Yes, sir.
The right you're giving up is the right to a trial by jury. You have a right to confront the witnesses against you. You also have the right to remain silent, which includes the right not to incriminate yourself and not plead today. Did you understand that before you sign this?
Yes, Your Honor.
By signing this, you're also telling me you understand the consequences of a plea and the sentencing range of the offense, which is anywhere from 2 to 20 years in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand that before you sign this?
Yes, Your Honor.
This type of offense is going to make me make an affirmative finding of a deadly weapon, which also means I make an affirmative finding that this case is a 42A.054 case. What that means to you. If you're sentenced to prison on this case, you have to serve at least half of your prison term before you become eligible for parole. Parole eligibility does not mean you will be paroled on that date. It just means when you're first eligible for parole. Did you understand that before you signed the court's
Yes, Your Honor.
admonishments? All right,
Yes,
thank
Your
you.
Honor.
I approve the waivers that are contained within the court's admonishments. I make them a part of the record. I'm going to go back to share screen again, Mr. Tobias, and I'm going to show you your plea bargain in this case. Here it is. I'll scroll through for you. Are you familiar with this document, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you go over this with Ms. Ephron?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
The electronic signature to the left, I'm using my cursor to circle around. There's another one to the right. I'm using my cursor to circle around. Are these your two signatures?
Yes, sir.
This document details for me your agreement with the state as far as punishment is concerned. And I'll let you know if you want to follow this prior to the entry of your plea. Punishment will be assessed with 2 years in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice with a $1,500 fine. There's no application for deferred adjudication. Taken in consideration for dismissal is another indicted felony cause of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. There'll be an affirmative finding of family violence in this case. You'll get credit for time served. Your time and the money is going to run concurrent. And then one of your signatures, the one off the left, waives your appeal. Is that your understanding of your plea bargain, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, is that your understanding as well?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm going to get out of share screen. Sir, I'm not bound by a plea bargain. I do not have to follow this. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
But if I do follow the plea bargain, then you lose your right to appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
And that's true unless I grant you permission to appeal or unless certain motions are filed and ruled upon. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, any such rulings in this case?
No. Your
If I do not follow the plea bargain, then I'll allow you to withdraw the plea and we'll proceed to trials if this hearing never occurred. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'll note again, one of your signatures on the plea bargain waives your appeal. Are you a citizen of the United States?
Yes, Your Honor.
If not, then a plea of guilty or no contest to the offense of serious adverse effects on your immigration status. And I'll note that you certified in the court's admonishments that you are an American citizen. Counsel, do you believe that your client has a factual and rational understanding of the charge pending against him? Do
Yes, Your Honor.
you believe he's been able to assist you in the defense? Do
Absolutely, yes.
you believe he's mentally competent to waive rights and enter a plea here today?
Yes, Your Honor.
Sir, to the amended indictment, the allegation listed on the indictment, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
Do you understand? You can still be found guilty under a no contest plea,
Yes, Your Honor.
other than the plea bargain. Did anyone promise you anything in exchange for your plea today?
Did you get a letter from my grandmother?
I'm sorry. Can you say that again, please?
No, Your Honor.
Did anyone force you or coerce you to plead today?
No.
After going over this case with your attorney, do you believe that pleading here today was in your best interest?
Yes, Your Honor.
Does the state have anything to offer to support the plea?
State offers State's Exhibit 1 and all attachments.
No objection, Judge.
It's admitted. I reviewed State's Exhibit 1 and attachments prior to getting on the record and find that it is sufficient to support the plea. Sir, I find that your plea was freely, intelligently, and voluntarily made, that there was sufficient evidence to support the plea, and that you're mentally competent to enter into such a plea. And I find you guilty, sir. Counsel, is there any legal reason as to why your client cannot be sentenced today?
No, Your Honor.
No legal reason. In accordance with agreement with the state, sir, sentence you to 2 years in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice, and I will give you credit for time served. There is a $1,500 fine. The time and the money shall run concurrent, taken in consideration for dismissals and other cause. I'm going to read you the cause number, sir. I'll tell you the offense. If you plead true to this other case, then I dismiss that case. Do you understand how we're going to proceed, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Cause number 2020 CR 11533, aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. How do you plead? True or not true?
True.
That's dismissed. There's an affirmative finding of family violence. I'll say it again. There's affirmative finding of family violence. There's affirmative finding of a deadly weapon. There's an affirmative finding that this is a 42A.054 case. Sir, this is a plea bargain case. I followed the plea bargain. So you do not have the court's permission to appeal. You do not have the right to appeal. I'm also noting you waived your appeal in the plea bargain agreements. I'm making a certification of this for the record. I'll provide a copy of the certification to your attorney to provide to you. Is there anything else from either side before we conclude the hearing?
I have something, Your Honor. I just thought of it. He may not have exactly the same number of days on each clause number, and I'm not sure which one. I would like to see if we can run it concurrent or make sure we capture all the credit, because I think that was our intention, to capture all the credit. And it may be just a variance of 5 days or so, but still.
I'll give them as much credit as I can. If there's
On both clause numbers?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Yes, ma'am. That's fine.
okay.
All right, sir. Good luck to you. This concludes our hearing.
Okay.
This concludes our hearing.